everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. As a follow-up to my season structure video, this one will talk about next season's Mythics, and there will be a third video that talks about the Legendaries. I will leave the link to all of those in the description box. So for next season, our first Mythic will be a Wind Invoker, Ikaros. I believe his artwork is inspired from the Japanese spacecraft also called Ikaros. He's super beautiful in my opinion. I've also gone ahead. I can't English, I'm sorry. And included his in-game flight model for you guys. But now for the main course, let's take a look at his spells. First we have Invoke Stardust, which is a passive. It is a permanent disable spell similar to Sand and other spells, but we don't know the radius yet. And then we have Gravity Warp, a dodge spell that sounds like Namaka's dodge spell if you have that one. It refills ammo, dodges non-beam attacks, and damages towers. A lot of people asked how exactly this one works because of concerns that it will disable the lockdown effect of the passive. Well, don't worry, this one is a close proximity spell, so it won't damage your towers unless you're very, very close and you're practically flying over the towers, so they need to be either under you or behind you, just super, super close. It does do 40% of modified dragon HP, which is powerful enough to just nuke the towers unless maybe you are hitting way above tier. Next is Starry Night, which takes no damage from elemental attacks, which is basically a shield that heals 20% of Dragon's HP on cost. And lastly, we have Super Galvanic Overload that more or less works like the normal Galvanic Overload, just has different parameters. I also feel like I need to clarify the duration on that one because a lot of people thought that means it has a cooldown. It doesn't. The duration here refers to the rage cost. It takes 4 seconds for it to revert to the normal damaging cost if you don't click it. But as long as you click the rage cost, you practically have an unlimited gaze type spell. I use the word gaze loosely because this isn't quite as powerful as other gaze spells. So this guy, I've seen a lot of concerns over the spell colors. In my opinion, it acts a bit as a balancer for this dragon because if they were all white, there'd be no chance to shoot down this thing. But basically what you'll want to do is disable the mages mainly and use the shield so you don't take much damage, as well as the Galvanic Overload because it'll be your main source of damage for this guy. And yeah, you're basically disabling a lot of stuff and then taking them down with an unlimited death gaze that gives you a lot of rage. So as long as you can fly this guy, he should be good. The fact that Gravity Warp also reloads ammo will help you a ton because that means more disabling too. But moving on, our next mythic is Quasar, the Mythic Fire Warrior. His picture isn't exactly flattering. I've seen a lot of jokes about this guy, a lot of inappropriate talk too, but I won't get into that. I have also included the in-game flight model for this guy too, which makes him look a lot prettier than his picture in my opinion. But looking at his spells, we have Nebula Beam, a passive that ramps up the damage to his breath attack. We also have Solar Flare, a freeze, and Black Hole, which dodges incoming attacks and damages nearby towers and slows down your flight speed. And lastly, we have Event Horizon, which sounds like a Northern Lights variant, which gives rage on cost. So it's an invincibility shield that gives heal marks plus the rage on cost. So I have seen concerns regarding this guy too, mainly about the passive and the freeze. The freeze because it's so short, and the passive because people are worried it'll be like Cerebroth with the ramping up taking time, but it was said that it actually ramps up quite quickly. So what you will want to do with this guy is probably focusing your breath one tower at a time to make use of the breath damage. And Solar Flare is probably going to function more as a super shot waster. So I'd probably go into an island and take out the shield tower and cast Solar Flare to freeze the towers as well as Black Hole so it can start damaging and taking out those towers. And along the way, when flying, you will obviously use Event Horizon to protect you further and to regain rage, because this guy does seem quite rage intensive. In my opinion, Quasar is the lower skill option and the safer option of the two mythics, because at least if you don't like Quasar as an attack dragon, you can put him on your perch, but that would be an expensive perch dragon. But yeah, anyways, that sums up the mythics. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you like what you see, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, spread this video all around, leave your thoughts down below about these mythics. Which one are you most excited for? I can't wait to see these guys in action so people can actually see what they can do, since one can only guess so much from paper spells. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. Stay safe, fly high, and I'll see you guys in the next video.